another thing I did, we've got a little place down here in Elberton called Debbie Deals. And I was thinking about my yard, and you notice I got some weedage here. When Bill showed up after we hadn't been here a while, he said, "Oh, the weeds are going crazy down here. The weeds need to be cut. I need to get out and pick weeds and help you with the weeds and weeds and weeds." He kept talking about weeds, and he's right. There's places where I've got weedage. Well, I've got that still weed whacker that Wendell gave me that I had to cut off the exhaust spark arrestor to get it to run. But to use it, I have to mix up some two-stroke gas, and I have to pour it in there, and I have to crank it, and it makes a racket, and makes you go half deaf, and it throws weeds all over you. And really, that's more than I need. I got to thinking, I might have to get me a little electric weed whacker, but then I got to drag a cord around. I was thinking, wouldn't it be neat to find a battery-powered weed whacker? Well, I went online and looked. Every one I saw was upwards of nearly $100. So I went to Debbie's Deals, and she's had this Ryobi electric weed whacker. It's an 18-volt. It uses the same kind of battery as my drills and things, which means I don't have to worry about the batteries going dead, because I got a bunch of these things and chargers, and I can get more. And this thing works like a charm. Look at this, lightweight. See me there? I'm weed whacking right around my pink flamingos with it. I ain't getting hot and sweaty, and it's not noisy, and it ain't hurting my feelings. Ain't hurting the pink flamingos' feelings. By the way, thank you, Big Daddy, for the pink flamingos. So that was a win. I got this for 25 bucks. 25 TWENTYFIBE bucks for that battery-powered cordless weed whacker from Debbie's Deals. I think that's a win-win. Win-win. I got a win on the wheels and a win on the weed whacker. I'm so happy. So another thing I did is yesterday I went down to the lake with a bunch of wrenches in my hand, and I took off that big trolling motor that sits way up on the front of my boat, because you know it uses up space that my wife might want to lay out in her bikini in that space and get a suntan, and that thing's sitting up there using up all that space. And I don't even like that motor that much because of that foot operated thing, which I ain't fond of. So Jerry gave me a regular old trolling motor that he had, that somebody sold him with a pontoon boat, and it wasn't long enough for the shaft to reach the water, and he said, "You want that thing, just take it with you." So I kind of sound like Jerry, but I sound more like Bill, don't I? But anyway, he gave me that one, and I went down and put it on the boat yesterday. It fits fine. I swapped something, I think that old free lawnmower that Larry gave me, for this Stanley battery pack thingy right here. So in a little bit, me and Honey Baby's going to take the boat out, and we're going to hook that battery pack to that trolling motor. Not that we couldn't hook it to the battery of the boat anyway and make it work, because I use the trolling motor, in my thinking, more for an emergency to get back to the shore if anything ever happens to the big gas motor. But just to test that battery, I'd like to know how long the trolling motor will run off of that thing, and all. We're gonna take that down to the water in a little bit. We're gonna troll out of the forest that we live in down on the lake there. Maybe ride over to the beach and do some swimming. So that's what's going on today. There's a whole lot going on, and I think I'm gonna hush and whack some weeds. So if y'all need me, I'll be whacking weeds. Okay.